got a job to do.
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite for a wild video here for you guys this morning. We're going to be showcasing all the Season 6 DLC that's live right now, the Battle Pass, and even a sneak peek at the upcoming maps. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And also as a reminder, you can save 10% off any order using code DYNAMITE over at gameradvantage.com. Their link is, of course, down below in the description. They recently dropped the spooky lens cleaner to celebrate our countdown to Halloween, and they also restocked on the fan favorite Horizon Blue Lens glasses. Be sure to check all that out if you guys are interested. Now also let me know in the comments, how hyped are you guys for this final season of Cold War? Are you sad about this being the final season? And will you be tuning into my massive countdown stream that I'll be doing later this evening? We have a lot to go through when it comes to multiplayer zombies and Warzone. Hope to see you guys there tonight. I'll be doing plenty of open lobbies and definitely as many as I possibly can. But first and definitely foremost, we have the beautiful new Season 6 loading and splash screens for multiplayer and zombies, as you guys can see in the background. I thought Season 5 splash screens were the best that we've gotten, but these seriously topped it. As you can see, we have Adler's Memories, right? This mindfuckery going on in the background with, I consider, beautiful scenery that perfectly wraps up this game's life cycle. And these just keep getting better and better, so I hope to see these new splash screen type systems come back in future Call of Duties, where if you leave your controller idle for about 30 seconds, you'll get the beautiful scenery without the UI and all the selections and options, as you guys have probably noticed over the past couple of seasons. Definitely a fantastic feature that I think Treyarch has seriously raised the bar with that I didn't expect them to do. Now, everything releasing tonight in terms of multiplayer and zombies is the following, right? We have new maps, Deprogram, Amerika, and Gluboko. We then have the feature playlist, Deprogram 24/7, Face-Off Gluboko 24/7, as well as new operator missions, 20 plus new season challenges, as well as a lot more coming during the Haunting event beginning on October the 19th. Also, don't forget about the 5 total new weapons dropping throughout Season 6, including the Battle Axe, Lapa SMG, as well as the Hammer and Sickle. We have new weapon unlock challenges for multiplayer and zombies, 4 new prestige levels, the final 4 that is, a new prestige shop weapon blueprint, and more legacy content. We then have for zombies the new round-based map, the final one, Forsaken, the new perk PhD slider with 5 skill tiers, the new wonder weapon, the Crystal Axe, new support weapons, the ARCXD and hand cannon, more Forsaken challenges, Dark Ether story intel, zombie operator missions, 20 new zombie season challenges, and then for Onslaught we have Deprogram, only for PlayStation right now, the new LTM Onslaught Elite, as well as the new weapon blueprint challenge, all for Onslaught on PlayStation, available November the 1st for Xbox and PC, and of course more coming in season, including a new Outbreak LTM during the Haunting event. But before we continue with more Season 6 coverage, let's go ahead and thank the sponsor of today's video. Now, as a bit of an update to a story that I covered a few days ago, we do have what is being considered an unprecedented update apparently dropping on October the 12th. They went ahead and quoted, "Be ready for war," in the recent Call of Duty blog post. So we're like, wait a second, what is this unprecedented update that is for some reason not dropping with the start of the season, but just less than a week later? What could it be? Now, over in Nuketown 84, there was a teaser that just got added to the map over in the garage, which could be hinting at the potential Halloween Nuketown map. Maybe they'll call it Spooktown, similar to the Christmas Nuketown map we got at the beginning of Cold War's life cycle. Well, what do you know? COD Tracker, an infamous website for posting early content in regards to Call of Duty, they went ahead and posted an image of what appears to be, yes, our first look at the Halloween Nuketown experience, which may end up dropping on October the 12th, right? Not that far away from now. I would have thought they'll drop that with the beginning of the Haunting event, October the 19th, but no, they might end up dropping it a bit sooner than that to make sure we get a lot of time with the map before the end of Cold War's life cycle. Despite Season 6 lasting until late November, way after the launch of Vanguard, they still want us to focus in on that map and, yes, prepare for war, because that's all Nuketown is, straight up war and nothing but chaos. Now, this is more than likely separate from the mystery Vanguard pre-order bonus, which may get announced closer to Halloween. That has been referenced a couple of times in recent blog posts. We're not sure what that could be. We're not sure if it's zombies related. I'll keep you guys posted more with that story as we learn more information. Now, we also got a good look at our 2 new operators dropping very soon in Season 6. We have Mason dropping at the beginning of Season 6, and then we have Fuse, a character who we saw in the intro cinematic cutscene and will be dropping as a part of a bundle that we'll be talking more about deeper into this video. We have the operator preview videos that I'll put on screen so you guys can see. Definitely a nice look at what could be our final set of upcoming operators for Black Ops Cold War. And don't forget, we do have Ghostface, also known as Scream, along with Donnie Darko, both expected to drop as a part of the Haunting event in a couple of weeks from now. But COD Tracker made it clear that Ghostface is a standalone separate operator, similar to Rambo and John McClane McClane, who also are going to be returning to the item shop for a limited time very soon, whereas Donnie Darko will be just a skin for an already existing operator in the game, very similar to Judge Dredd, who just dropped not too long ago and also was just a skin for an existing operator, not a standalone person like we got with, again, John McClane and of course Rambo. But what has been found, because people on PC of course ripped right through the new preload of Season 6, is a Klaus operator, right? That's something I definitely expected once he became an instant fan favorite with the release of Mater Toten back during Season 4 Reloaded. He will be probably a standalone operator at some point during Season 6, and I'm sure they'll announce his inclusion to the game probably close to the mid-season update. We do of course have a lot of missing content on the current Season 6 roadmap, so definitely expect a separate roadmap to drop once the Haunting event rolls around, similar to the separate roadmap we got last year for the Haunting of Verdansk for Modern Warfare Season 6. That update alone brought us quite a bit of content that wasn't on the original Season 6 roadmap for that game. Now we also got introduced to a brand new feature Treyarch just added as a part of the early preload, and that is the Cinematic Archive. So as of right now it seems like it's bugged. It's only showing us the Season 5 outro and the D Machina intro cutscene, but I'm sure they'll fix this rather quickly where we'll be able to watch anything from the season intros, outros, Easter egg ending cutscenes, whatever it is that they worked on that is a part of a cinematic. I think this is great considering we don't have to go pull up a YouTube video to watch a cutscene anymore. We can just watch it right here from our game's menu. Loving the fact they did that, and I'm sure, like I said, they'll go ahead and fix this feature completely before the end of this game's life cycle. We also got a really cool update to the Prestige shop as a part of Season 6. We have new icons up to Prestige 15 for Black Ops 1 finally added in, as well as the Grand Master Prestige icon for fans of Advanced Warfare. It looks incredible. They only cost a couple of keys. I went ahead and bought a few, as you guys can see on screen. Definitely worth rocking if you guys are fans of some older Call of Duties like this. But they also added the Trench Crawler blueprint for the Street Sweeper that costs 2 prestige keys. And yeah, none of these blueprints are too crazy. They do cost some keys. I'm just a collector. I like being completionist. I went ahead and bought all of them, but you don't have to get these if you don't want to. None of them are React. None of them have tracers. They're just very simple blueprints, but I guess you can say they're kind of rare. If you guys out there don't go through a lot of levels, don't really prestige much, then you might not have enough keys to buy these. But it's just a cool addition to the game, extra content to grind for if you guys do care about that. Definitely a fan of the new style of prestiging they added in this game. It's only just a start though, right? They're definitely gonna one-up this system without a doubt in future Call of Duties where there's more incentive to going up higher prestiges, getting these keys. Maybe they'll add in more you can use the keys for, so that again, there's more of an incentive to get to prestige 27, level 1000 every single year. But now we have a bit of an early preview of the new multiplayer map, Deprogram, coming to 6v6 right away at launch of this finale to Cold War's life cycle. And this map feels as ambitious as Remnant was during Black Ops 4. That map was incredible, right? A zombies museum with tons of lore. It was just a massive environment. Didn't play too well on most multiplayer modes, but the map itself was just so damn cool. Everybody loved it, but this map just feels like one of the most beautiful atmospheres out of any multiplayer map Treyarch has ever added. Seriously, that's just my opinion, of course. You could disagree respectfully in the comments, but Adler's memories are just about as screwed up as you'd expect. Seeing a giant Stitch and reality warping right in front of your eyes is seriously only something that you expect from a Treyarch multiplayer. God honest truth, right? I also love the consistency Treyarch has had over the past DLC cycle, which takes it even further than Modern Warfare went, which is having every intro cinematic cutscene showcase a bit of the new 6v6 map that's the focus of that season, and they make sure to have a clear theme and focus with every season as well. For example, Season 1 having a focus of Pines, Season 2 Apocalypse, Season 3 Mount Yemantau, Season 4 Collateral, Season 5 Echelon, and now we have Adler's memories because the Season 6 intro was dealing with bringing Adler back to speed, bringing him back to reality after being brainwashed by the old school numbers program. The red doors are obviously such a fun addition to the program as well, as you guys can see footage of. I can't say the teleporters on Remnant back during BO4 were too useful, right? They existed, and I guess you could say that's where the idea came from, to add teleporters to a multiplayer map. That map felt too big, and that's why I keep comparing Remnant to this map, because there is similar ambition between the two maps. I could definitely feel that, but the action in colder multiplayer feels a lot more intense, so these red doors are really going to add some spice to modes like Domination, Hardpoint, any OBJ mode where you have to just watch every corner possible because there's a lot of flanking opportunities. As you guys see with the layout of this map as well, there's a lot going on. So many unique areas we saw in Campaign, Black Ops 1, everything just mashed together, and that's why I called this recently the Revelations of a Treyarch multiplayer, right? This is Revelations, but reflected over into a multiplayer map, not a zombies experience, right? This is what I predicted when we first got the concept art for Season 6, which showcased a giant Adler head statue. We got those over in Break On Through from Campaign, so I'm like, alright, are we gonna get this reality warping type of map that features a bunch of Doctor Strange type mindfuckery, and that's exactly what we got with this one, exactly what I predicted, and I'm really happy that came true. Now, I recently covered the Red Door Easter egg that you may have missed for Season 5 of Warzone. I think it's fantastic to see how powerful the Black Ops lore is and how it's impacted the physical gameplay through these red doors. That was a cool Easter egg that was in Verdansk 84, and I'm glad that that kind of got reflected a little bit in this multiplayer map, which again adds teleporting. I mean, who would have ever guessed we would have got teleporting in a Black Ops multiplayer map 10 years ago? Now, I knew there weren't too many locations that this map could have took place in, considering the Season 6 intro does focus a lot on Verdansk. That's where they're going to find Stitch and his crew, and I'm like, they're not going to add a multiplayer map that's ripped out of Verdansk, right? Or, you know, a small portion of that. So clearly this made the most sense, right? It made sense considering what Mason and Hudson were doing as they interrogated Adler to bring him back to reality. But next up, we have the map Amerika, also coming to 6v6, available at launch at the start of this season. So it's what you expected from Red Light, Green Light, the campaign mission we already have in this game. I hope you guys don't mind Burger Town too much, considering this is also the area that you're going to be seeing the DLC 4 map Forsaken. This might just be the first time we've seen the release of a multiplayer and zombies map to take place in the same location, released during the exact same update. Maybe I'm missing something though, correct me down below in the comments if I'm mistaken, but you guys may also have forgot that Burger Town being present in Cold War just further solidifies the crossover between the new Modern Warfare reboot and the Black Ops universe. So for anyone confused on that, it's as simple as saying Modern Warfare 2019 is the first non-Treyarch title to be crossed over with the Black Ops timeline, and we have yet to see how that's going to affect a game like Black Ops 2, for example, which took place in a similar time to the Modern Warfare reboot. I'm assuming the Modern Warfare sequel will cover that a little bit more, but the original Modern Warfare trilogy does not exist in this Black Ops timeline. Right now, it's only World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops Cold War, Black Ops 2, and then Modern Warfare 2019 and its sequel fit in there somewhere on top of that. And I'm assuming they'll probably try to tie in Vanguard with maybe World at War, since those games take place in similar areas as well. Now, as I've also talked about in several videos now, we're definitely expecting at least one remastered map to drop for multiplayer in Season 6. Over 5 are heavily rumored and could still be coming either in a few weeks or during a potential year or two. And don't forget, right, a map like Castle from World at War was rumored for Cold War not too long ago, but somebody got some interesting information that was kind of true, but that information was actually relevant to Vanguard. Castle from World at War is coming back to Vanguard, so it seems like there was opportunity given to Sledgehammer to also use old school Treyarch maps from World at War, since I guess that game is canon now to the Black Ops timeline. We're just gonna wait and see. But if not, if we don't get any more remasters in Cold War's life cycle, I'm totally cool with only seeing new maps added in, since weren't people complaining a hell of a lot recently about there being too many remasters added to this game? So if anything, Season 6 is doing things the right way. It's a cool change of pace in terms of how new content is being added to the game itself. Now we then have the map Gluboko, a map name which I almost couldn't read properly on my first attempt, but this map is coming to 2v2 and 3v3, so face-off, gunfight, etc. I definitely think the player count for gunfight has been strong enough over the last year to warrant the amount of gunfight maps they've added in. If only Combined Arms and Fireteam got some more love like gunfight does, then that would have been great. And that could still happen, right? We still could get maps added to those modes for the end of Season 6, but this map is of course based out of the campaign as well, not surprised. I've always said this, right? You know what? If there's a lot of areas in the campaign that we only see once but are really well developed and they can fit as a multiplayer map, add it in. You only play campaign probably once or twice, depending on if you're going for that platinum trophy or not, so what's the problem with reusing campaign level design? There's no issue with that at all, right? People that complain about that when they add in a campaign area to multiplayer zombies, it's like, do you play campaign 24/7 to the point where it really bothers you when you get that same area and also twisted and changed a bit, added to a different mode in the game? I just don't understand that. But also don't forget, there's 2 more gunfight tournaments left, and I've been that Cold War sweat to complete all of them just for the sake of doing so, despite the rewards not being anything too crazy. If you are a huge fan of gunfight, then don't worry, because we have a reimagined version of the mode returning in Vanguard in the form of Champion Hill. A little bit different, but gunfight was definitely a massive success for both Modern Warfare and Cold War. They might bring back the classic version of it either in Infinity Ward or Treyarch's next game in a couple of years from now. Now I'm also aware not every multiplayer map was added to Onslaught, but it makes you wonder, right? Why are there so many gunfight maps that weren't added to Onslaught Containment, considering that LTM is still available to play to this day, but no new maps were added to it despite there being quite a few extra gunfight maps that got added since the launch of the LTM. Maybe that'll change at some point before the end of this game's life cycle. And yeah, there's some standard 6v6 maps that also weren't added to regular Onslaught. We'll have to wait and see how they're going to update that mode, especially once Xbox and PC get access to it on November the 1st. But we also got an early Season 6 Battle Pass preview thanks to our trailer we got yesterday, breaking everything down about the final Battle Pass coming to Cold War. So as we usually get, we got a bit of a preview of our new weapons dropping. We have the 410 Ironhide Lever Shotgun coming at tier 15. We then have the Galil looking better than ever, of course being called the Grav, as it was called in Black Ops 4. This will be unlocked at tier 31. At tier 95, we're going to have an ultra rarity reactive shotgun blueprint, probably for the Iron Hat as well if I had to guess. And yeah, that's kind of our sneak peek at some of the higher tiers we're going to have with the biggest rewards. At tier 100 though, we're going to have the Dark Matter looking ultra rare skin for Mason, bit of a mouthful. Apparently we're going to get 4 variant skins for that tier 100 Mason look. And they look amazing, right? We're also going to get 20 different blueprints added in this Battle Pass, and of course, a bunch of different cosmetics, which you guys may or may not care about. We're going to go through the entirety of the Battle Pass, of course, right when the season launches, as I'll be live later tonight. Now, we do usually get about 1,000 free COD points per Battle Pass to be able to buy the next Battle Pass, but I guess because there isn't going to be a next Cold War Battle Pass, there'll of course be a Season 1 Vanguard Battle Pass, but I guess as a bit of a celebration for how great this past year has been, for some of us that is, they're going to be giving away 1,300 COD points in this Battle Pass. There's no 300 for those out there that do care about these. So yeah, I guess you could save those extra COD points for the Vanguard Battle Pass or any other bundles you might care about in Cold War, Modern Warfare, and even Vanguard later on. Now it also looks like we are going to get a Battle Pass bonus bundle after all. Instead of going with a bonus look for the main operator like we got with Season 5, as you guys can see, we had a Kitsune bonus operator pack. They're going to end up dropping a trio of panda-looking bulldozer skins named Panda Bear, Red Panda, and Pain Panda. That'll cost $20 and will feature plenty of bonus tier skips on top of that. I guess that feature they incorporated in Season 5 worked for them financially to warrant them bringing it back here in the final season. I guess you could say it's a relief that they didn't lock a Mason skin behind the $20 bundle for the Battle Pass, but without a doubt they'll end up doing some other Mason bundles before the end of the game's life cycle with some other famous looks he's had across previous Treyarch games. Treyarch then confirmed one last mixtape dropping in Black Ops Cold War at tier 72 of the Battle Pass, featuring Jazz is Classified, the Black Ops 4 Zombies intro music, and the Revenge track from Black Ops 1, which is of course perfect for Mason's return here in Cold War. And it's like I reminded you guys many months ago, there are people out there claiming that Mason probably wasn't going to be added as an operator along with Hudson, Weaver, and I'm like, why wouldn't they double down on characters like that? Why wouldn't Activision release some iconic Black Ops characters which without a doubt would sell like hotcakes for this game? Well, Modern Warfare last year, they ended up doing the same thing with Alex, Captain Price. They dropped those characters Season 3, Season 4, even later seasons for other characters, so they saved the best for last, if you want to put it that way. But next up, a $40 bundle. Yes, you heard that right. There will be a bundle releasing soon, which will cost $40. Now, I thought it was crazy when we got that rumor about a $100 bundle not too long ago, the Mother of All Bombs bundle, which got scrapped for Modern Warfare. That was going to be crazy. That was supposed to be an instant unlock of all Season 1 Battle Pass items and some other bonuses for Modern Warfare last year. That never happened. We are going to get a $40 bundle in Cold War called Tagger vs. Big Joke, the Ultimate Pack. It'll feature 2 operator outfits, 5 weapon blueprints, 4 being legendary, and a variety of bonus cosmetics on top of that, along with 5,000 additional COD points as a part of this pack. So let's break that down carefully. So if you want to look at this a different way, then consider this being your purchase of 5,000 COD points, which costs $40 anyway, with the addition of a lot of cosmetics. And it's honestly a fair deal if you put it that way. You're almost getting 2 for the price of 1, right? Getting the value of like 5,000 COD points plus an additional 5,000 COD points upon purchase. So when you look at the value of this pack, it's a lot, similar to some of the pro packs that have released where they'll come with $20 worth of content, whether it's skins, blueprints, whatever the case is, plus the equivalent of what you spent, but in COD points back. That's 2 for the price of 1, so that's kind of what this is here. However, it's absolutely insane, especially if you live somewhere like Canada or other places where COD points cost a little bit more money than they do here in the US. So to essentially be spending nearly the equivalent of the price of the game on cosmetics that you can at least use in Cold War and Warzone, that's still crazy to think about for a first-person shooter, so think very wisely before you buy this. If you care about the actual contents of this bundle, the operators, the blueprints, the small cosmetics, if you care about them that much, then sure, buy that. That's if you know you're going to end up spending that 5,000 COD points at some point later on. Along with that, we also have the Ray Gun Zombie Zapper bundle dropping this week, coming for the Gallo and the C58. Looks beautiful. We then have the Fuse Operator Tracer pack. That'll probably drop in the next 2-3 weeks max, maybe even before the beginning of the Haunting event, October the 19th. We then have the Berserker pack, featuring a blueprint for the Axe melee weapon, and even a ton more, right? We don't know too much about the upcoming bundles, apart from what was revealed with the recent Battle Pass trailer and that blog post. I'm sure COD Tracker will post a ton of bundles that we have no idea about just yet, and they'll end up updating their database over the next few days. And make sure you guys are tuned in over on their Twitter or website to stay up to date with that. But on top of that, there are quite a few other bundles that were hinted at in previous blog posts, which I'm sure we'll get more details about in the next couple of weeks. Now that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our early preview for upcoming Season 6 DLC? What are you thinking about the Battle Pass right now? Will you be joining me for our epic countdown and launch stream to the final season of Black Ops Cold War tonight? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everyone.